Well, it only took like 2 weeks, but we finally made it out to the studios to meet a very special friend and his dog, and a town full of weird chipmunk, troll, elf people.
What?
Grinchmas, alive and well. Universal Studios, we have arrived. Maybe we're gonna go. I don't know. We've been sitting waiting for these elevators for like 5 minutes now. I think we finally got liftoff.
Yay!
Doesn't get much better as far as like park entrances than Universal Studios during Grinchmas. It is lit up to the nines. Very warm and welcoming.
And also,
Let's go get some hot chocolates.
It's not hot!
So it looks like there's a mass exodus leaving the park, so I think we're in like the second shift. But before we go too deep into it, there's something I want to check out in the studio store.
Of course.
How selfish of me.
The rumors are true. In the Harry Potter section of the studio store inside the park, it does snow lightly. How festive and wintry and blustery. Perfect for people that are always cold anyway. Is that right? Wait times aren't that bad. Still crowded though. It's a typical weekend. 70 minutes for Secret Life of Pets. Let's do it. Let's go.
All of a sudden, putting lockers here doesn't seem like such a good idea.
It doesn't look like too many people showed up today.
Do I detect a note of sarcasm?
Now, the next problem is getting into the circle to try to see a tree lighting or the Grinch or something. Good luck with all that. At least Illumination World's wishing us a happy everything. All blocks covered. Every once in a while, we get like 5 seconds of breathing room before we're swallowed up again by the crowds, the hordes of walking people. The lights are nice, though. Did they just tell us that we went the wrong way?
None shall pass.
What? None.
It's like Disney blocking off the main street for a parade.
That cluster may be the worst excuse for crowd control I've ever seen in my life. That was infuriating.
Fitting for Los Angeles, though, I guess.
Let's head through Springfield and see if the rest of the park holds up. Just like that, Universal is closed. Just kidding. Okay, the plan is to try to sneak into the backside of Hogsmeade here in this little back alley on the other side of Springfield. I doubt it's gonna work, but you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Michael Scott. So there's good news and bad news about that. We were actually able to get over here pretty easy and get into Hogsmeade, but the bad news is they started the Hogwarts light show, so everybody was standing around waiting for it, and we got stuck. So a little hint of advice, if you want to see it, it's a little bit of a skewed view behind a couple trees, but right here in front of the little entrance, you can kind of see it, and you're unhindered by a crowd. You don't gotta tip ankles with anybody. So that's kind of cool. And while we're over here, we might as well see what's inside this castle. Sounds haunted. The ghosts of Christmas nightmares. We found it. We found the end of the line. I am gonna say this is one of the better lines that you get stuck in if you do have to wait for long periods of time, because the theming of the queue space and the ride in general is amazing, which is why I understand why this ride is so friggin' popular. Does nobody like you? You had to go all by yourself? I'm sorry.
So smelly here.
But that's enough Christmas in Hogsmeade. Time to move on to the lower lot.
It's party time!
Is this track a little higher now than it was last time we were here? Seems like the track's higher. Oh man, we finally lost the facade to the maze that was over here. I forgot what it was called already. Some sort of dead infection or something like that. I don't know. Nailed it. Here's what the hillside looks like now. It's like a tiered system, like almost like a winding road that they've got built into the sides here. So I don't know what the actual plan is here. There's rumors that they're gonna like branch off the escalator to come down here and have this be the queue for the studio tour. This is kind of funky, unless they're gonna make this an actual like walking path, in which case that's gonna suck. But this is what it looks like now. I think we were misinformed. I was told the Grinch was gonna be here. But maybe that explains the wait times upstairs. But at least there's plenty of room to walk down here, and there's pretty lights and a tree. It's got its own tree down here, and a water ride.
Right down destruction lane. Yes, I see that. What are we going to do? Step on it? Do a little dance on it?
Well, before we head back up and get some food, though, let's take a look at how festive Super Nintendo World went.
Access denied.
Scratch that. Before we go into Super Nintendo World, let's put our stroller all the way on the other side of Transformers in what seems to be
A city of strollers.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
All right, let's try to remain jolly, though, and go into video game land. Well, this kind of explains it. It's a bit of a sleepy Super Nintendo world. There's not as many decorations as I thought there was going to be. There's a tree, and Peach's little gazebo has some garland on it. Anyway,
I'm bored.
let's go do something else. All right, time to go back upstairs. We're at the top, and I'm actually kind of dreading this next move here. Well, we're back over here on the outside looking in. This seems to be kind of a normality for the Chastains.
On the outside.
Looking in.
You want to run? Go ahead. No one's stopping you. Stop complaining.
Oof. The crowd down here hasn't seemed to dissipate at all. It's like 7:15, prime time. And in typical LA form,
There's blockage even getting out of here.
it takes a special kind of person to live in this town.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
That was an experience. Enough said. Plot twist. Turns out I am the Grinch. So if you want to meet me in the parks, it's not a 2-hour wait. Probably because nobody really cares to meet me. Anyway, we had to get out of there. It was too crazy. So yeah, maybe we see you next time. Maybe we don't. I don't know.
That was dark, was it not?